Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Um, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. This video will be put out on Thanksgiving, so uh, hope you guys are, having a good time with your family, your friends, however you're choosing to celebrate your Thanksgiving this year. I hope it's a good one. Um, and Obviously be safe and, just be cautious just because we're entering the winter season and, it's time for viruses and sickness, so just be safe. But just to keep with what we did last holiday season, um, I wanted to discuss what I believe is to be possibly the best Thanksgiving movie. When it comes to that particular holiday in the film world, it's kind of small. You could go to comedies, it's kind of an easy place to go for Thanksgiving like material. And there is some films that have Thanksgiving elements, but it's not really about Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving's not really a core element to those films. It's just kind of a background element almost. Um, so the one I chose actually has Thanksgiving involved in the plot. And if Thanksgiving, like, my thing is that Thanksgiving has to also be, like, you can't do the movie without this holiday. Let's put it that way. Um, that's what I mean. Like, it's when it gets into the whole Die Hard conversation of, like, is it a Christmas movie or not? For my money, it's not. Um, like, it has to be center to the film. It has to be something that the film cannot live without, And for me, that movie is something that came out, I want to say, 2 years ago? Or last year. I think it was last year. Um, and that is As a Dog is Barking. Um, that is a film called The Humans, which you guys might have heard me talk about before on this channel. Um, it was directed by, I forget his name, but it was a first-time filmmaker, and he was a playwright, and he was working off of a one-act play, which then became an expanded three-act structure of a film. Um, Starred likes of Richard Jenkins, Stephen Young, Beanie Feldstein, I think that's her name, Amy Schumer, just a variety of people. And The movie is set in Thanksgiving, and it's also a core thing because the film, as explores basically um, generations of different people, and also the secrets that they hold and the hardships that they have to endure based on that generational period. Um, they're also getting ready for Thanksgiving, so they're making the turkey, they're getting the food ready, everyone's getting set up, everyone's nicely well dressed. Um, and it's all about family coming together. Um, so, but what I love more about The Humans is that The Humans is very much so a horror film. Like like it, it's subtle, but it's very much a horror film because there's many points in the film where the camera deliberately acts like a horror film where we're like looking around the house and we're seeing all the little uh, uh, like the bits on the top and how it's all like sticky or just ooey, and um, how how do I say it? How rotten, I guess, the apartment looks in some regards, and obviously it's meant to represent a psychosis kind of thing, where when holding something in, or bearing a certain kind of weight, you ultimately kind of begin to deteriorate. When what you have to do in order to become cleansed and um, to become more humane again is to release said energy, and to accept such energy, which again boils down to the idea of what the film's about, which is about these generational gaps, and about the inherent secrets and hardships that they have to deal with within said periods that they reside in. I find it to be a very, very interesting dilemma, and I think all the performances are spectacular. I think everybody delivers on full force, especially Richard Jenkins. I just remember one particular shot where it was just closing in on his face, and I don't think he says anything, or I believe he does say something, but in saying what he is saying, he's actually saying something completely different. It's the what is it? It's the words not spoken. He talks about one thing, but underneath he's actually thinking about something else within saying such words. It's just brilliant, like really, really brilliant. Portraying of events and representing of certain psychoses and emotional states. It's just very powerful stuff. And again, very haunting and very tense. Like there's moments where the house will bang out of nowhere, and there's again, like the way that the camera moves sometimes with the characters. It seems like a jump scare is about to occur, and there are points where there actually are moments of jumps, but it's not necessarily in a jump scare type of way. It's more of like kind of like snapping you back to reality kind of thing. Again, kind of playing more into that psychological state of being, and it addresses varying ideas, mostly doing to kind of there's like hints and waivers of like insecurity, ideas of depression, obviously running through the family, um, um, grief. There's a lot of things at play when we see these characters interact with one another. We get to see as they literally and just physically represent themselves. It's just a very, very fascinating piece to watch, and I think personally for me it's the best Thanksgiving movie because it puts in perspective what Thanksgiving also kind of should be about. It shouldn't just be about what we're thankful for. It should also be about being honest with one another, and having a real discussion, because it's not just all kissing of ass. We should be be accepting of everybody for who they really are. We shouldn't have to feel that we have to hold something back. Which I feel at times is what Thanksgiving feels like. It's like we're just having to just kiss ass and not really just say what we really want to say. And I think the humans indirectly kind of represents that sort of idea as well. Not necessarily is what's on its mind, but if in talking about Thanksgiving, I think that it gives an interesting idea when it probably unintentionally did or indirectly did. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just putting my own thoughts onto the film, um, but I think it has an interesting idea for what Thanksgiving could be. If you were to view it strictly from that confine of what is the best Thanksgiving film, but in terms of what it actually is, this psychological exploration. I think it's just a very, very fascinating piece, and it was personally my favorite piece of 2021, I believe, when it came out. I loved it. I was engulfed in it. I think the performances, I think the camera work is just, I was touching it on throughout the video. I think that it's just excellent. Like, I love some of the stationary shots. I love some of those lingering sensibilities. I love the slow zooms. I love the movements throughout the house, showing you again just the rotten nature of it all. I found that to be just very, very splendid. But I mean, the performances are amazing. The direction is spectacular. The camera work is excellent. I think that the shots themselves look great as well. Like the cinematography itself, visually, it's quite nice. But the reason why I say it's the best Thanksgiving movie is because it shows what Thanksgiving, in my opinion, should be. Not necessarily the aftermath of what the humans shows, but more or less what it builds to, representing honesty, and I think that's what Thanksgiving should be. We should be thankful, but we should also be honest with one another, you know, because we so easily just say, hey, I'm thankful for this, and that's that. But let's also be honest with one another, let's also talk about maybe what we, maybe not what we have problems with each other, but, just say, hey, we've had our moments, we've had this or that, but, I still love you, something like that, versus having to kiss ass, you know. I don't know. I I think that that I think that that would be just better personally for me for the holiday. I love Thanksgiving. I love the calm nature of it, and I love that it just I don't need to do too much for the holiday. But I think that I think some honesty would be interesting to see within that type of damage within in being in such a within being in that holiday, I guess. But but yeah, I love the Humans. I think the Humans is amazing, and in terms of just Thanksgiving, it is a core factor to the Humans. The movie would not work if it wasn't not set in Thanksgiving. In any other respect, the drama and just the overall nature of what it's bringing, and the aura that it brings, the tone, it just wouldn't work in any other holiday. It had to be Thanksgiving, and the reason for it is because it shows, in a certain confine, this brewing, tension and the wanting to be honest with one another, but having to play within a certain setting. Um, like, I really think that it's a core feature to the film, even though it's not necessarily an important feature. It is a core element that the film wouldn't work if it was set in Christmas. It wouldn't work if it was set in Halloween. It would work only for Thanksgiving. And I think it has to do a lot with the nature of said holiday and how it plays to each character, um, which is again this psychological state of being, and a lot about the generational gaps between each of these dynamics. Like you have the older couple, then you have the younger couple, and then you have the person who's in the middle ground, who's kind of in their 20s or 30s, dealing or let's say like their 30s. I think that's what Amy Schumer's character was. Yeah, like in her 30s, kind of dealing with troubles on her own. And then you have the older couple who has experienced greater hardships than any of them and have seen a lot of stuff. And then you have the younger couple who's trying to impress and who's trying to seek validation, through other people, mostly just, show that they're doing good when they're really not. So it's a very, very, very fascinating film, and I, for one, really loved it, and I hope that you guys will check it out. I think it's still on Showtime. I really check it out. It's called The Humans, and maybe sit down and watch it with your family too. The family might enjoy it. I don't know. It's kind of a slow film. I mean, so I'm not sure if a lot of people would be on board with it, but for my money, it was hella worth it. So that's my thoughts on The Humans. You guys let me know. Do you guys think it's the best Thanksgiving movie, or do you guys think that there's a better one out there? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Again, just be safe. Hope you guys have great times with your family. Be honest with one another, and obviously be thankful. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We have more videos to come, more movies to see, a whole lot more coming for you. So that's it for this video. I think I've said it about 3 or 4 times now. I'm gonna leave before I say it again, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I almost said it again. Almost did it again. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.